What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one, we go over Michigan landing a new commitment over the weekend from an in-state offensive lineman. Plus, we got some great news for Michigan on the sign-stealing saga, as the Wolverines reportedly got some help as it went in front of the NCAA's Committee on Infractions last month. We go over that and what it means for the Wolverines. Plus, Michigan football picked to finish 5th in the annual Big Ten preseason media poll. They did get a first place vote though, and some votes to make the CFP. We go over that preseason media poll, my thoughts on it. And then also Michigan football's team issued medallion for their upset win over Ohio State in Columbus last fall. We go over all that and more in this video, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so to start this video, did first want to mention Michigan football coming away with a commitment in the 2027 class yesterday. We've already made a video on him, going over everything you guys need to know about him, but it was the 2027 3-star interior offensive lineman Louis Esposito from Saline, Michigan, a 6'5", 265-pound offensive tackle, and he chose the Wolverines over others like Purdue, Louisville, and Pitt, and he is the son of Michigan defensive line coach Lou Esposito, as he is coming home to Ann Arbor. It was his dream school, and again, we went over everything in a video yesterday, everything you guys need to know about him, what exactly Michigan is getting, as it is a nice early get for the Wolverines in the 2027 class. And obviously, when you look at the state of Michigan, there is a lot of talent in that 2027 recruiting class. Obviously starts with Dakota Grant, the 5-star wide receiver, as he will be one of Michigan's top and major priorities in that class. But Sherrone Moore and company, this coaching staff, they should be focusing on a lot of the Midwest talent that is in the 2027 class, and especially in the state of Michigan. And Louis Esposito, just the first of hopefully many top talented recruits to come from the state of Michigan and commit in Michigan's 2027 recruiting class. But, you know, again, Esposito, he played last season at 6'2", before growing 3 inches and adding 40 pounds going into the summer, and had a growing spurt. And he told Ethan McDowell of On3 and the Wolverine that he's really excited. He said, "It's been my dream for years. I think I knew where I was going to play as soon as I started loving the game of football." And he said the culture there and the atmosphere is like no other in the country. It's just truly a blessing, and he is really excited to lead Michigan's 2027 recruiting class now. So I did just want to mention that. And we do got some news here on the whole sign-stealing saga for the Wolverines, as obviously Michigan went in front of the NCAA's Committee on Infractions last month to defend itself. But it does appear that Michigan did get some help from a source that many Michigan fans, you know, wouldn't believe where it came from, but that was Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti. As per ESPN and Dan Wetzel, Petitti has sent a letter to the NCAA Committee on Infractions arguing that Michigan deserved no further punishment in a case focusing on the actions of former staffer Connor Stalions, and that letter was read at an early June Infractions Committee hearing in Indianapolis, multiple sources told ESPN. Now obviously they don't even have to follow or consider Petitti's opinion, and obviously the committee has yet to hand down a ruling, but one is expected before the 2025 season. But obviously this is, you know, pretty eye-opening, and, you know, with Petitti's position, it's very notable because, you know, Petitti was at the forefront in suspending former Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh the last 3 games of the regular season in 2023, including the games against Penn State and Ohio State. And obviously Michigan, you know, disagreed and argued for due process and filed for a temporary restraining order in Washtenaw County to allow Harbaugh to coach, as there is no evidence. They argued that Harbaugh had any knowledge of Stalions' actions, but Petitti did fight back and argued that the punishment was against the university and not Coach Harbaugh. And Petitti also did suggest that additional disciplinary actions may be necessary or appropriate if the NCAA or Big Ten receives additional information concerning the scope and knowledge of or participation in the impermissible scheme. But now that Petitti is now suggesting that Michigan has paid its penance, suggests no such additional information has emerged, which is obviously a good thing for Michigan. But right now, obviously, the NCAA's focus appears to be on head coach Sharon Moore and suspending him for, deleting reportedly, deleting texts with Stallions, even though they did recover them eventually, found nothing on them. And obviously Michigan is trying to self-impose the punishments on them. They've already, tried to propose suspending Moore for the Central Michigan and Nebraska games, in addition to some possible recruiting restrictions for Sharon Moore this year. So some very interesting stuff right there. I mean, obviously, Michigan at the Big Ten championship game, the fans were even booing Petitti, but now it seems that he thinks Michigan has served their punishment already, and even helped Michigan a little bit, defending themselves in front of the NCAA's Committee on Infractions last month. So, if you needed any more evidence or something else to tell you that, the big punishments like vacating wins, a postseason ban, all of that, if that's coming, all of that is just simply not going to be happening for Michigan. You don't have to worry about that. Again, the punishments most likely to happen is, a Sharon Moore suspension, some fines, recruiting restrictions, and then also, whatever punishments Harbaugh or individuals could receive, which doesn't even really matter. I mean, Harbaugh's in the NFL doing his own thing, chasing a Super Bowl. So interesting stuff there. Wanted to mention that. And I also wanted to talk about Michigan football picked to finish 5th in the annual Big Ten preseason media poll that was run by Cleveland.com, but included votes from beat writers around the conference. And the top 5 rounded out to be Penn State number 1, Ohio State number 2, Oregon number 3, Illinois number 4, and then Michigan at number 5, followed by Indiana at number 6, and then Iowa, Nebraska, USC, Washington, and others after that. But Penn State got 11 first place votes, Ohio State got 10, Oregon got 2, Illinois with 0, and then Michigan also got 1. So let me know what you guys think about that. The thing that goes in Michigan's favor this year is that, Michigan only plays one game against this year's top 7 teams in the media poll, and that is Ohio State. They don't play Penn State, they don't play Oregon, they don't play Illinois, they don't even play Indiana next season. I mean, their toughest games obviously going to be, the non-conference game against Oklahoma on the road, and then also on the road against Nebraska. They do play Wisconsin at home. They also play at USC. But other than that, their toughest game is Ohio State and Oklahoma. And the 4 toughest games, I think, is, in order, it'll be Oklahoma, Ohio State, Nebraska, and then USC. And then Wisconsin and Washington are also going to be potentially sneaky tough games for the Wolverines. Now, Michigan also did receive 9 votes, though, to make the college football playoff, as obviously the college football playoffs is absolutely on Michigan's radar with the elite defense they are returning, and then, their new look offense. So let me know what you guys think about all of that. As far as the rankings go, I would put Michigan 4th above Illinois. I would also probably move Oregon up to number 2, Ohio State to number 3. But, with Michigan's schedule, I mean, the schedule they have, it really pairs well with them, and, the chance to even get back to the Big Ten championship game, especially if they win 5 straight against Ohio State this year, which, they got that game at home. They'll actually have an offense and a quarterback to work with now, and their defense is going to be the same. So, and then I also did want to talk about the team-issued medallion for Michigan football after beating Ohio State in Columbus last fall, as credit to Alejandro Zuniga of the Michigan Insider providing pictures for us, as it looks like the front of it has the Michigan flag on it with Team 145, and then the back of the pendant also includes the final score and the date of the upset. Absolutely love it. 4 straight against the Buckeyes, and hopefully 5 straight coming soon. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.